The biggest thing that is heavy on my mind today is the entire concept of social media content creation, what that looks like for me, what that entails, what you feel pulled by as you're doing it. You know, there's a lot that I have figured out about social media and content creation, both by experience and by research and by my education, and where my degrees and certificates lie. But there's still so much that I'm figuring out as far as what I'm willing to do and what I want to do to be successful. The thing that I am finding out about social media is how I truly believe anyone can be successful if you, in a way, kind of like sell your soul. And by selling your soul, I don't mean that you are calling up the Illuminati and making a deal with them. I mean, really just what are you willing to conform to? What are you willing to compromise on? And I'm finding that there are so many things that I'm not willing to compromise on, and the more I learn, it's like there are rules I'm willing to follow. Like today, I'm experimenting with a different light. And I have been looking at different stands and different microphones. And one thing that I really want to get better familiar with, especially because I have it already, is using my Sony camera. I have an incredible Sony camera that I used to use for photography that is just sitting in my closet. So I definitely want to start using it for content creation, especially because I want to post a lot on YouTube. I've been meaning to go back and watch some of the old videos that I used to post, but I'm also dreading it because I'm like, oh my goodness, how much I've changed since then, my thoughts, my way of life. But I need to, I think, go back to that time to find my why again and find my purpose again and go back to what was working even with 10 years less than the experience that I hold today. I say that to say, like, everything we go through serves a purpose in this life, so don't be ashamed. And revisiting isn't necessarily reliving and being bound by it so much as becoming re-inspired. And sometimes you need to go back to see how far you've been. Still need to do that. I've been learning from some really incredible people. I've been thinking a lot about how I want to set this up and what I want my format to be. And I'm not too stuck on the logistics at the moment because it is something that will evolve regardless. And I'm not too worried about getting it perfect. I'm just trying to get out there and have like a fresh start. But it's funny because, I see a lot of other people that are successful and I'm like, but that's so corny and that's so not me and that's not what I want to be. And I want to be authentic. I'm willing to take forever if it means that I'm authentic and that I'm who I want to be and sending the message that I want to send. Think about the kinds of things that I could do or say to have a shorter route and how I'm not willing to do that. So I stand by that, and I'm kind of glad that is something that I've learned in doing this about myself, is that my integrity means more to me than anything, really. One thing that I feel consistently pulled to this year is something greater, something different, something more, something new. I feel that has been such a consistent thing put on my heart, and it has been the theme of my life this year. So many things have changed, and there are so many things up in the air. It's like I'm just as sure about the fact that something is about to change and that I'm meant for greatness and that it's around the corner and that it's right there. I need to push a little further, and I have some ideas about like what those things are and what that looks like exactly. And then I'm right there also with there is that up in the air and I'm not sure what and when. And I know I'm not alone in this. I feel like there's just been a shift this year. I feel like there's been such a shift, such like a stirring up in a lot of people, including myself. It's a great place to be. And you know what? It's funny as it is, like as much as we want to be there already, as much as we want to be on the next thing, and we're like looking to the horizon for what's next, that big thing that we're waiting for, man, is it such a blessing to be here, to be thinking about it, to build up an appreciation for it, so that when we get it and when we get there, it's just that much better. And I truly believe that the things that I have in my life that I can appreciate that I did not have a decade ago, that took so long to get to, and I had to fight so hard to have, those are the things that give me the most amount of joy and fulfillment and gratitude. That truly is, and it's so cliche to say, to enjoy the path, enjoy the now, enjoy the struggle while you get there. But it's true. It's so true.